What does it mean to be successful? In each country, it's quite different, depending on where you're from, where you live, and the culture that you're raised in. Today, I'd like to discuss a little bit about the United States, success, and what's become the new norm in the United States, the new normal, the usual, the new norm, hustle culture. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to English on Autopilot. Today, we're going to talk about a new phenomenon, something that's become quite common in the United States in the past 20 years, more or less, and it's something that affects people in their day to day life. It's called hustle culture. Hustle. Have you heard the word hustle before? To hustle is to do something quickly, right? To hustle up, to hurry. But it could be also a way to describe to make money. You're hustling. You're trying your best to make money. Hustle culture is a new phenomenon that's arose recently due to the fact that people are trying their best to make as much money as possible. And thanks to technology, it's opened up new ways for people to make money outside of their day to day job. Maybe you work a regular office job. Maybe you work in a fast food restaurant. Maybe you're a firefighter. It doesn't matter your day job. Hustle culture happens outside of your day job. It happens outside of your regular work. Hustle culture also could be known as a side hustle. A side hustle is a second business or a second job that someone does in order to make more money, in order to save up, to achieve their dreams. Now, normally people in the United States work 8 hours a day, 8 hours a day at their normal job, whether they're a teacher, a doctor. Well, a doctor could be different, right, with their hours and their schedules, but normally 8 hours a day or 40 hours a week, depending. If you only work 4 days a week, you will work more than 8 hours a day, but the week total will come out to 40. That is the normal for a full time job. A full time job is the usual thing for people to have is one full time job. However, now with hustle culture, this has changed. Now people either take on a second job or even a third job and work at night, work in a different schedule the weekends. Normally, the weekend is when you don't work, or you at least have 2 days off a week. Your side hustle is something that you would do in your time off, in your free time. Some people open up businesses. Some people create a new product. Some people work as an Uber driver, driving people to where they need to go to make extra money, or working as a delivery person, dropping off food, things like that. Now, instead of enjoying their free time or instead of relaxing, being with their friends, with their families, enjoying their hobbies, reading a book, watching a movie, walking in the park, or just hanging out and relaxing, people are working more. Why? Why is that? Well, the United States has a very interesting concept of being successful, and it's directly related to money in the United States. The more money you make, the more successful you are. It's not about the person you are or the friends you have or the good you do for your community. You can do all those things. But if you don't make a lot of money, it's very difficult for people to see you as successful in the United States. So people have turned to side hustles in order to try to break out of poverty, right? If you're in poverty, you're poor, you're in the lowest social economic class at the very bottom, and people look at you differently. if you're in poverty, right? In the United States, especially, it's something that is looked down upon. People do not look at it well, it is looked at unfavorably. So people are turning to side hustles in order to save up money, to be able to move out of their apartment, to buy a house, to buy a car, whatever it may be, in order to become more successful. Now, this video is not to describe side hustles in a negative light. I think that people that are motivated, that are trying to work more, that are trying to build a great life for themselves, for their family, is awesome. I think that's excellent. I think it's great that people want to be successful, that people want to make money, that people want to do something to be able to improve their way of life. Absolutely. I don't want anyone to watch this video and think that I'm saying that people wanting to build a better life is bad. Of course not. Of course not. I think that's what we all want to do. We all want to build a better life for ourselves and for our family. However, in the United States, the problem with side hustles is that it takes up your free time. And if you're already working a full-time job, it's very difficult. It's stressful, you don't get as much rest, and it can affect your life negatively. It's difficult to have a side hustle. It's not easy. And the problem is, as well, there's a lot of people that are on the internet that promise an easy side hustle to make thousands of dollars a month. And all you need to do is follow their link and buy their course and listen to them, and all of a sudden you'll start making thousands and thousands of dollars. That is a problem because normally those people ask for money, you pay money, and the return is nothing, right? Maybe you receive a course that tells you to work hard, you can do it. That's the problem to me. People trying to take advantage of people that are really looking for ways to make more money, to try to find new jobs. And a lot of the times, the side hustles exploit the people by putting them in positions of jobs that are not very well paid, that they need to work a lot of hours, that they're working for a company that knows that they need the extra money, such as Uber, right? We can talk about Uber more in depth in another video. And even though it's revolutionized the industry of taxis, there's a lot of things that are negative, especially for the individual Uber drivers. Now, the side hustle is an important way to, or maybe not an important way, but it's a way that offers a better style of life. However, it's difficult to balance with your full-time job. Put it in the comments below. Have you heard of hustle culture or side hustles before? What do you think about them? Do you think it's a good way for people to make extra money? Or do you think that it causes a lot more problems for those people? Being extra tired, stressed, all those things. Put that in the comment below. If you like this video, go ahead, put a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel so you can continue watching more of these videos. And if you can, please donate €1, €2 so I can continue to improve this channel with better equipment and make better content. Thank you so much for watching. I hope everyone has a great day, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.